Welcome to Teacher Joe channel. Now we will continue the session on the classification of traditional literature. Let's learn more about fairy tales and some of the most popular fairy tale stories for children and adolescents. Fairy tales are magical stories of fantastical characters, princesses, elves, fairies, dragons, unicorns, witches, devils, and goblins. These stories are primarily introduced to children to help them distinguish between good and evil and teach lessons. These captivate the imaginative, creative thinking of the children and shape their reasoning. The plot is simple. It begins with, "Once upon a time," or, "in a faraway land," and ends in, "happily ever after." A few of the most popular fairy tales are the story of Cinderella, Snow White, and Jack and the Beanstalk. Now, let's explore the world of Cinderella. Cinderella is one of the famous fairy tale characters who is portrayed in many movies with different versions. In 1697, Charles Perrault wrote the original story, and it was popularized by the Grimm brothers in 1812. The story of Cinderella popularized famous quotes such as, "Have courage and be kind. A dream is a wish your heart makes. Where there is kindness, there is goodness." Cinderella is a story of hope and magic. The main character is Ella, an orphan who had to live with her stepmother and stepsisters. She struggled with her life until she met the prince at the ball and became a princess. She was famous for her glass slipper, which the fairy godmother gave her along with a beautiful gown to attend the ball. Moving on to the next popular fairy tale, Snow White. Snow White is a fairy tale which originated in Germany during the 19th century. It was later published by the brothers Grimm in 1812. Snow White's story popularized quotes that appeal to children, which include, "Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all? Lips as red as rose, hair as black as ebony, skin as white as snow. When hearts are high, the time will fly, so whistle while you work." Snow White is an orphan and has to live with her stepmother. The stepmother owns a mirror, which confirms that Snow White is the fairest in the land. Jealous of her beauty, the stepmother ordered the death of her. Snow White, while running away from her stepmother, found herself at the comfort of the 7 dwarves. To lure her, the stepmother disguised herself as an old woman and gave Snow White a poisonous apple. Snow White fell into a death-like sleep, where only true love's kiss could break the spell. This time, let's talk about Jack and the Beanstalk. Jack and the Beanstalk was published in England in the 1930s. It is a story of a poor boy who lived in the country. Jack traded cows for magic beans that grew into a giant beanstalk that reached the clouds. Jack climbed the beanstalk and found himself in the castle of the giants. Jack stole gold from the giants, including the golden harp and golden egg. When he was caught and chased by the giants, he climbed down and cut the beanstalk, causing the giants to die. The story of Jack and the Beanstalk is usually introduced to children to emphasize lessons such as listening to parents, be clever and strategic but never take advantage of others. Jack and the Beanstalk is a suitable material for teaching children real-life lessons. That ends our short session about fairy tales. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again in our next series featuring fables. Subscribe for more updates. Have a blessed day ahead.